You are now tuned in to the Humbly Spirited Truth Show. Hi guys, this is Humble Spirit. Thank you all for tuning in with me today and joining the conversation. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to jump right in. Today I wanted to talk about Orlando Brown. But before I do that, I know that's a little random, Orlando Brown. But it's always interesting to me when I do episodes like this, because I don't know, I'm hoping that they will show that getting famous is not as pretty as it looks, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul, right? So that's exactly why I do these kind of episodes. But I definitely wanted to talk about Orlando Brown. He was a person, that started young. So, like I said, I hopefully want to show somebody that, the whole fame and et cetera is just not the move, basically. So if you have had dreams or you have dreams now of being famous, I truly pray that you turn your life over to the Most High, because it's not all it's cracked up to be. You can clearly go through a lot of different artists and I guess celebrities, period, that has said that it's not what they thought it was going to be. So, like I said, I want to talk about Orlando Brown. Most of you have heard about him or seen him in a movie or TV show. I would say he's pretty historical when it comes to black television, of course. But a lot of people know him. He was in like a lot of different shows and movies and things like that. He was in like Major Payne, Jamie Foxx show, and probably much more than that. But like I said, most of you have heard of him, or you've heard of him lately because of his antics that he's been doing. But you may or may not have heard of him. But he started really young, as I said, as a child actor. He was more popularly known from the Disney Channel show That's So Raven, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people, kind of from my generation, remember That's So Raven. Then he kind of went MIA for a while. Nobody really was hearing about Orlando Brown much. And then he came back on social media with some wild antics and wildness, but mainly truth, which is what kind of caught my attention. So he then started saying, F the fame. He made a song and an album named that. But, all that was kind of hidden behind all of his wild antics. So nobody really knew that he came out with a song and an album. Some people did, I guess all the trolls and media people, but I guess and some of his fans. But mainly nobody really knew about it. Now, I once heard Dave Chappelle say a while back that there must be something going on in Hollywood that is making these celebrities act out. Okay? So my question is, what happened to Orlando Brown? Whenever I start seeing him, I guess, acting out, maybe about a couple of years ago, I was thinking, what happened to him? Okay? And as time went on, I eventually seen him. So, as I stated before, he was a child actor. So obviously his mom or guardian sold him out at a very young age, which is by far the worst thing that a parent can do. Because 9 times out of 10, child actors get molested, they get raped, they have to indulge in whatever rituals the elite tell them to. and what comes with that is them being introduced to drugs, of course. So selling your child out is not a good thing. And usually the child doesn't stop using the drugs once they get older. Uh, I mean, because as I stated, by that point they are using drugs to escape from everything they've been through, going through, have to do, and etc. And on top of all that, they go on to mind control the person to make sure they stay in line, of course. And through Orlando Brown's antics, you can clearly tell that, he was once mind controlled. Now you could tell that he's broken that mind control and probably didn't know how to handle it, basically. Because, I mean, most of them don't. Most of the time when celebrities break their mind control, they, I guess, kind of flip out. They flip out with the truth. They start just yelling things in the street, or they, uh, just end up doing things that look crazy to us. But it's because, at that point, they have a broken mindset in a sense. So, like I said, so just like most celebrities, he turned to what he knew, and that was drugs. Because like I said, he has or had a broken mindset. And I'm sure the people that were or are around him are only enablers and part of his downfall. Because these celebrities, I mean, they don't really have people that they can trust around them. They start filling their sides with people that they can't trust. People that's not who they might have grew up with, or somebody that they care about, or etc. So I'm sure all those people that are around him, if there is anybody around him, is a part of his downfall. But as I said before, he eventually broke his mind control completely and went on to find God. And expose the wickedness going on with celebrities, period. As I said, he released his album and song F the Fame because he said he hated everything that comes with the fame, which is why he went on to expose it. But the thing is, you can't say F the fame because the devil will bring you all the way down. Okay, he gave you the fame and he will take it. And I mean, I guess at the time, Orlando didn't know that, or he truly is a real one and just didn't care. You know what I mean? So he started speaking out about many of things, from celebrities selling their souls, certain rappers and guys being gay in the industry, Bill Cosby being set up, the devil coming to collect from Prince, to Disney making him and Raven do sex rituals. So, I mean, he has most definitely been talking a good bit and connecting a lot of dots, so to speak. As well as him saying, that he realizes the devil is after him. After he stated all those things, he went on to say that he realized that the devil was after him. And that everything is spiritual, and we're living in a spiritual battle. Okay? Which is why he said he now stands for God. And he said he doesn't care what the enemy can do to him, which is an amazing mindset. Never be defeated. Okay? But that's when we started hearing about him getting arrested. We start seeing him getting arrested because he went against the rules. And now the higher ups want him to look bad, as well as lose his fan base. Loses, credibility. Okay? After one of those times that he went to jail, he got out wanting to do good. Which we know is a no-no, right? To the elites. He wanted to help poor families in the ghettos. He wanted to help parents with sick children and a couple other things. But none of it was able to go down. None of it was able to happen because he was arrested and continues to be arrested. Okay? They don't want him to be him. They don't want him to be him. And in turn, that's exactly what he is wanting. To be himself. Tell his truth. Tell the truth about everything. Period. But it's kind of crazy because people like Orlando Brown don't get the recognition for being real. We look at him, as if he's crazy. Oh, he's on drugs. Now, he has stated that, yeah, before he was doing drugs. And like I said, they use those drugs to escape. And then went on to say that he then gave his life over to God. So, you know, um, people like Orlando Brown don't get recognition for being real. Only if they paying the person to be conscious or woke per their agenda. That's the only time somebody gets any type of recognition. Like I've stated before, like a J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, people like that. Common. I mean, they're all paid to be conscious and woke. And they're only conscious and woke to like 5% per the elite's agenda. Okay? But that's the thing with Orlando Brown. He is very smart and states all facts. I mean, there's not anything that he has said or stated that isn't facts. That doesn't sound like somebody crazy to me. Okay? But he stated all facts, and he is very, very intelligent, which is something the higher ups can't stand. That's something that they hate. Okay? So with all that being said, I mean, they will continue to mess with him heavily. I'm very, very sure of that. So that he will kill himself or they kill him. And I mean, either way, they're trying to make it to where no one is listening to him and no one cares what happens to him. But regardless of what the media is saying, you should always use your own discernment. Of course, they're going to make somebody that is standing for God and somebody that is telling the truth about what they're really doing behind the scenes, what they're keeping behind closed doors. Of course, they're going to make a person like that look bad. Of course, they're gonna be quick to call him crazy. But we shouldn't be so quick to call someone crazy. Like I said, Orlando Brown is very intelligent and now trying to turn to the Most High. He's a comedian. So, I mean, all of his crazy well, sorry, that's the wrong word. All of his wild antics, you know, extra antics, doesn't, that doesn't hide the truth. The truth is always going to shine so bright. So regardless if he's, trying to be funny or not, the truth is the truth. And Orlando Brown, I truly feel like is a real one. So I personally, wouldn't say he's crazy. I just feel like he's honestly been through a great deal of things and continues to go through those things. I mean, they continue to mess with him, as I said, and they're going to continue to mess with him heavily. You know what I mean? So I guess, we're just going to have to watch and see how things play out. But I can guarantee you there are going to be more celebrities speaking out. There's going to be more celebrities exposing what's going on. And by this point of how many celebrities have been speaking out and etc., I mean, by this point, we should have a great deal of things to put together, a great deal of dots to put together. We should have a pretty good mindset of what's going on. Who's really in control? What's going on with these people? Okay? So, like I said, I just figured that, this was a pretty interesting situation that he's in. And I feel like, most people haven't kept an eye on Orlando Brown. So, I mean, I'm just, figured I would talk about him really quick and give you the rundown on him. And, like I said, he's exposed a lot of things. And, I don't think he has any type of social medias or anything like that now. I mean, the government probably won't let him. But, before, he was definitely stating everything. I think he even might have talked about chemtrails at one point. So, I mean, he's talked about everything from chemtrails to, like I said, Disney, sex rituals. And you can go Google that. Whenever they had the That's a Raven reunion on The View, they asked the cast members, like, have anybody ever dated, another cast member? And they all were like, yeah, And Raven goes on to say, yeah, I mean, we all had a pretty good relationship. And you could tell by their mannerisms and how they're, just squirming and whatever that, I mean, that's for real. And then you can go back and check out Orlando and him saying the same thing. And, I mean, obviously everything that he's saying is the truth and straight facts and he said, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about the fame anymore. He wants you to know him as him. And I felt like, he was kind of legendary in a sense because, like I said, in my generation, growing up, I mean, I've seen him a lot in a lot of movies and TV shows and things like that. So, I mean, we always need to keep an eye on each other, people, but we definitely need to keep an eye on the celebrities that are, acting out or maybe saying anything that first at first sounds like truth, and then go on to just, have your own discernment and listen and etc. But he definitely is a real one. He's definitely very, very intelligent, which is why they keep arresting him and why they keep messing with him. And like I said, they're going to keep messing with him. Like I said, there's going to be um, more celebrities speaking out, but make sure that you have the discernment to know what's real, what's fake, um, what's per their agenda, and etc. But I hope that this message was clear, and I hope that this was, understandable, and all praise to the Most High for allowing me to do this and putting this on my heart to do. Thank you all for tuning in and vibing with me today. I appreciate that. I just feel like, like I said, Orlando Brown is a real one at heart and someone to keep an eye on. But please continue to tune in and stay tuned. I got a couple more episodes to drop, so like I said, stay tuned. But in the meantime, in between time, be sure to visit humblyspirited.com, of course, and make sure to slide on over to patreon.com/humblyspirited for exclusive episodes only for my patrons. And while you're there, be sure to hit that Become a Patron button to access all locked episodes and more. I have some unlocked episodes coming, and I have locked episodes coming. So if you want to, be able to listen to all the episodes, period, be sure to hit that Become a Patron button and, you know, get access to all those locked episodes. You can call into the show. Let me know if you have a topic you want, and etc. The new episode that is up now is the Nightmare King Burger. I don't know if you guys heard about that. It's like the green burger that gives you nightmares. But you guys go check out that episode. And like I said, be sure to become a patron. But I hope that you all enjoyed this episode, and I hope you all join me next time. I love you all, and may the Most High be with us all. This is Humble Spirit. Peace and love, guys.